shadows dance and play. Exploration calls us to take the skies again. Together we'll find what we lost in the fray. As the moon's silver light guides our way, we begin again. We begin again.
It's like that thing that I keep seeing on TikTok. It's just like, oh no, but the economy is going to go down. Bet. No, we need the economy. I said bet. It's just like, no, absolutely. Fucking tank the economy. I don't care. Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 16 of the Moonstruck Saga. We are on. This is the first game on the dark side of the moon. So, catching everybody up, we have gone to 6 sides on the light side of the moon, and each side had its different sentinel, and we learned a different thing that that side of the moon did. With the exception of the second side that we went to, we have not met Mirage or know what she's up to. But like the moon is a vessel, not just like a rock in the sky. It was built by someone thousands of years ago. We know that it was thousands of years ago, and it has been dormant for over 1,000 years. And we have met all of the Sentinels, with the exception of Mirage. We have Figment, we have Fancy, we have Daydream, we have Vision, and we have Whim. Like, those are the Sentinels that we have on the light side. Now let's go to the dark side. As of yesterday's game, we learned that the dark side is going to play... We've got nightmares heading to the moon right now, everybody. Like, we know that they're coming, and whether or not they're there yet, it's like, oh yeah, let's just get into the game.
Cards.
And yes, we have a couple new cards. Let me explain those real fast. Obviously, the bounty card Harvest is, you play that, every roll of that game is Reap and Sow. That's what that one is. Lights, Camera, Action, that is the bingo for 3 rolls consecutively. So like 6, 7, and 8. Like if that comes up, the third one turns into a triumph and retroactively changes the last 2. So that all of them become one big success. So even if it looks like we've been fucking it up, as long as all 3 of them are in a row, we didn't. It's amazing. And then the quest card for the Sterling Ticket, we're gonna come up with a new design for it. We are going to start doing more guided RPs for that our RP leaders are going to have bigger parts of. And those are going to be like in the RP. It's going to be like how we did the covert RP, like a longer thing, a more like direct thing, and it has an end. But that everything that happens in that is going to be canonical. And like based on who gets it, we are going like there is a fragment card. So you need to get 5 of them. Once you get 5 of them, you can begin. We will begin.
So, Haro, we're thinking about introducing more fragment cards, like, in the commons, so that, like, you're not ending up with, like, a whole fuck ton of cards you can't do anything with. So at least they're adding towards something. This is our first, like, foray into that, just because we've been kind of dead and our, like, brains aren't functioning. But that is the plan. That's the thought. So, like, give us some feedback on that when you have a moment. Also, maybe this weekend, we might do... we've done it in the past, where, like, X amount of donations, and we'll, like, gift cards to the chat. We're thinking about doing that thing for probably just Saturday, Sunday. So just as a heads up, that's a thing. Anyway, bye forever. Would you like to introduce the characters?
I would like to introduce the characters. Nika's having a little bit of a rough day today. She's gonna go take a nap. Right. So we got Bamin, played by Matt.
Oh, hello.
It's like we've also Bamin. Welcome to the moon. We're on the moon. which
You
is a
know,
spacecraft.
I thought it looked a little weird, but you know what? I've been in this long enough. I'm just going with it. We're good. Here we
Exactly.
are.
Thank you.
Moon time. Let's go.
Love moon time. Cash, played by Soap.
Good evening, everyone, and holy shit, we're on the moon.
We got Officer Lore, played by Esme.
Hi, the moon is dark and I am Terrors. Probably should have mentioned before we started that Lore is not legging it up right now.
Not legging it up. Okay. And we got Melinoë, played by Sparkly.
Hi, everyone. Glow like a cracked glow stick.
And we got Officer Vatna, played by Lurid.
Lamp.
Here
Malone
is
Lamp.
Melinoë is lamp.
so as the game has been going on, like each one of these, we have they call it a switch. There's just something you have to do to get the Sentinels up and active. The Sentinels are fully thinking people. They seem almost like robots, but what if robots were made out of plants? At least all the Sentinels that we've met thus far. All of them are pretty cool. Vision likes to wander. Vision doesn't like to stay in one place. He likes to wander around. And apparently, Wim is in a casual relationship with Officer Blueberries, which I wasn't particularly expecting, but it happened. So what can I do? But each side has one of those. Once you talk to them, they will begin. Well, not just talk to them, but if they need something activated and you activate it, that part of the moon's good. We just need to do that 12 times so we get the moon going. The moon is in charge of balancing magic for the rest of the world and for the Echo. That is what it does. So we want to do this. Like it is helping. And the world will thank us for it. Also, here's the dark side of the moon.
It's spooky and I love it.
It's beautiful.
Smells like soy sauce.
I want to lick it.
Ooh.
You want to lick it
Wanna-
because it smells like soy sauce?
No, actually I want to lick it because it looks like those crystals taste like blue raspberry.
This is where we're starting today. This one.
Oh, forgive me.
And just so everybody knows the order that we're going. This is today. This is tomorrow. This is Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. The finale. We're just going in that order. Because you got to turn them on in a very specific order. We figured that out early on.
Tuesday gets to make friends with the whole creatures.
Oh, I was gonna say, it's like I don't think so. Based on what I've have written up for Tuesday's game, and then it's just like, oh, okay. So, you were being sarcastic.
Yes, this friendly fella.
Fred,
Very friendly.
you look lovely.
If not
So-
friend, why friend shaped?
Just for the record, for Bamin or anybody who hasn't kept up, these games have been pretty Star Trek-y, but very successful up to this point. It is like we're on a new place, but we're doing a good job. We've done that 5 times in a row. Like every single time, it's been great. Well, 6 times, yeah, because the first one when they introduced themselves, it's all been pretty good.
It's a really nice way to say don't fuck this up.
It's just like not just don't fuck this up, but it's almost like there is an air of confidence that you guys can have and should have.
Fair enough.
You guys seem good at this, is what I'm trying to get at.
It's our third go around, fourth go around, introducing ourselves to a new world.
Well, you don't have to introduce yourself here. Like any we have
Just
met.
in general.
Oh. Okay. The Sentinels, once they are turned on, know who you are. Like they pass information between themselves very easily, and they talk to themselves. So they talk to each other without having to talk to you.
Nice.
Right now, this side, this is the first that we've seen of this side, and it has been considered inactive, but as you all are approaching it, stepping onto the dark side of the moon, the light side, let me show you a map from the light side real quick. I have 1,000 maps. I really should clear this up. I can put you guys in different spots. I didn't know I could do that.
Yeah, if you want to split the party.
'Cause that
I didn't know
never
I could
goes
do that.
wrong.
I didn't know I could do it. I'm also not a huge fan of doing it. I know this isn't going to be you guys. Let me get rid of that. But this is what the light side of the moon looks like. It's very pastel. It's very succulent. Like, it has powdered matcha basically, but it is just dust that is inches thick all across it. When you people have licked it multiple times, and it tastes like either to Volpa, it tasted like dust, and it tasted like the interior of a crypt. To I believe it was Rennick after that, we discovered that this is just deleted information. The whole moon is basically a computer. We've discovered that. That said, I don't know how computers work, so I'm making things up as I go.
Fantasy computer, it's fine.
This sounds exactly like computers work. I don't know what you're talking about.
What does the dark dust taste like?
On the dark side, there is no dust.
Just
Like squeaky clean in comparison.
just smooth stone, or what's this place made of?
Yeah, that is. So, here we are. Let's begin asking those questions. Around you is, first off, it's incredibly dark. The light side lighting up now. The light side is light because it's reflecting not the sun, but it's reflecting echo. So the more that we power this moon up, the more it is reflecting it. The more things are waking up. So all around you right now, it looks like coral and crystals. And you guys cannot not see it. You absolutely see it. The second you step on to this side, you see the giant hole. I'm gonna say you guys are probably up here, right? Down here, I guess. It's the bottom of the map. You see a large crystalline structure, which is the crystals behind you on this map here. Yeah. Go ahead and everybody, what are you doing? How do you guys... We have no information on this side. Every time we've tried to get information on this side, it has just come back side inactive. So let's do some science stuff.
Go ahead and go around the crystal structure and try to see if I can find some small fragments to take back for further analysis.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. Let's steal from the moon.
Sure. Yeah. Well.
No, it's cool.
First-
Steal from the moon. Moon thieves.
Okay. Cool.
I want to peer into the hole.
The hole is Am I still on the wrong map? Am I? Oh, I am on the map hole. Okay. The hole is about 80 meters, about 80 miles wide
The big hole.
from the top of it. Yeah. So you at all points, you are basically staring down the hole, but it's gonna be a trip. That said, you are all fully expected to be able to do whatever you want on the side that your game is on, so. So, Melinoë is looking at crystals. Vatna is looking down the hole, or as close as he can.
Laura
Bamin-
will also be looking looking at surroundings and examining crystals.
Absolutely. Okay. Let's...
She'll probably call Melinoë over if she sees anything interesting.
Yeah. Absolutely. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, Bamin pulls Scour out of his backpack.
Scout is very unhappy to be on the moon.
He
I don't
didn't
trust
wanna-
the moon.
He didn't want to come to the moon, so I told him we weren't going to the moon. Welcome to the moon.
Every single time I'm lied to. I don't know why I get in that bag.
You know, there's just lots of booze in that bag, so promises of better days. But yeah, I guess the two of us are gonna. I mean, there's some nice shiny rocks over here too. I guess we're all still. I don't see much else to do other than just kind of dig around a little bit. Yeah. I mean, we can search for any. Is there any kind of life forms wandering around? Do we hear any?
Absolutely. Scour and Bamin, you two are on fucking wildlife duty. Absolutely love it.
Yeah, there we go.
How about you, Cash? How's the moon treating you?
I think he's gonna also just be observing because he's the doctor, not anybody who could actually have any clue of what he's looking at. I screwed up the reference. Don't look at me. What's the vibe on this side? Is it something that is easily like picked up by just being here? If you know what I mean?
Easily picked up might be the wrong word, but I definitely think we could study it for sure.
Okay. I think he would be attempting to study the vibe.
Do you got any like machinery for it? Because some of the characters do have stuff to discover the vibe, and I'm not saying you can't. Just asking, do you have anything that gives you an additional eye?
Not something that he'd have. It was something that I would figure he would take from the ship potentially.
Yeah, absolutely. What would you take from the ship?
Oh goodness, are we still using like the resonance crystals and things?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think he would have had that stuff packed up in the back of the hearse, since it's a lot of, so they could easily also transport whatever specimens they find.
Ellen, so we're driving up here.
Oh yeah. If I can have an excuse to drive the hearse on the moon, I will take that. I will take that.
Oh.
It's called the Dreamsicle, in case anybody's wondering.
I've never seen a vehicle fit so well into a landscape.
Right, it's just like
It just fits right in there.
It's just
really does.
You can barely tell it's there.
Scenario, it just fits right in.
It just blends right in.
It does.
It looks so natural, and it looks like this is its natural environment.
right.
This is like some album cover from the '60s right now.
This is so great. Oh man, what's you five's band name?
Good.
So now asking the really hard questions.
My
Vibing
band
with
name is
Chaos.
Spartan Impact, by the way.
I feel like it would gotta be like Scour and vibing with chaos. Because
Scour
Scour's
with
just
chaos.
there. He's not
Vibing
there because
with
he wants to be, but he's
Vibing with
there.
chaos, featuring Scour.
Surviving chaos. Yeah, for sure. Vibing with chaos. I like to. It's got to be something that's like off the top of your head. Vibing with chaos works. That's a good band name. The vibes.
Scouring the vibe, pretty good.
Scouring the
Scour
vibe.
and the vibes. He didn't ask to be here, but 2 day in bed, we're recording an album.
Someone's got to be
So-
the PA.
In gathering material for that album, can I have like a parabolic listening device and point it at the hole, just so I can hear what's inside at a distance?
You want to listen to the whole?
Yeah, I want to listen to the whole.
Mm-hmm.
First, I want to, Melinoë and Lore, since you two told me what you're doing first, go ahead and make those rolls. Roll me a d12. This is not a take the higher situation. This is you each get a die. It's still very quest rules. 10.
Angry throw.
Barkley, Melinoë. These
Yeah.
are just some rocks, just some inanimate looking rocks.
Listen, I deal more with plants. Let's say after a while I just get distracted by the coral. I'm like, oh, okay, the coral's more interesting than this.
So with
Puts you
that
back.
3 though, you look over at the coral. The coral's not any more interesting. I'm sorry.
Damn it.
No. So, Lore, with that 10, it's just like some of these crystals are beautifully reflective looking. Like you see yourself like mirrored perfectly.
Laura kind of just like fluffs up her hair like, damn, I look good right now.
What kind of information are you looking for about these crystals from like this distance? Or like what kind of information would you want? Like because we know that the succulents on the other side are less plants and more they get pollinated around and they share information with the other plants around them, and that is how the whole moon knows what's going on.
Are they magic? Are they tasty?
So first of all, I'd be looking to see if the crystals are anything similar to that, since this side of the moon doesn't have the same type of environment as the light side. So there's got to be, theoretically, something here that shares a similar function. Also, are they tasty?
So yeah, a couple things that you'll easily learn about that is the crystals appear to be similar to the seed stones that we've seen on the other side, which are stones that hold vast amounts of information in them. When we find them natively, they are devoid of information, but you can force is a strong word, but you can put information into them. So one of the seed stones, once consumed by a bird and then regurgitated. The birds are named lumens, by the way. They're on the light side of the moon. It lights up, and if you know how to read it, which most of you won't, but Beeromancers will inherently know how to read those kind of things, it will list off everything that it knows. So Isaac, when he was holding it, had like genius locale. Like he knew everything around the pond. Like everything, down to how many grains of sand and stuff that were there. And these are much, much larger than that.
Means they can hold much, much more information.
They absolutely can. What would you like to do from here with that information? Or also, Melinoë, what are you studying? Like I know that your role was bad. Was it just boredom? Like not being able to read it or finding any like information? What?
Like, I guess maybe being overstimulated by everything was kind of all like the whole new. I think she was just probably on the aspect of like, okay, how similar to these on the light side, but then just kind of just having an ADHD moment and just not focusing on it. So just kind of the information just kind of flows past, is like not even realizing that there's that much there. It's like, oh, okay, it's just a crystal shard, whatever.
Yeah, and Laura would share what she figured out with the crystals, and then call Melinoë over to kind of just like point it out and have her look at the crystals so she can see.
Well, now I feel stupid. Thanks you for that.
Absolutely. And for... You just pointing it out to her. Laura, is that what you were saying?
Yeah, pointing it out to her and showing her like how I figured it out with the crystal.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Laura, as you like pointed out to Melinoë, you see just how beautiful these crystals are. And just like it's just running across. It's not binary, but it... Imagine if binary was just sparkles.
Very easily. Yeah. Oh, this is gorgeous.
Right? It's a shame Ceylon's not here to see these. She'd love them.
Remember, just hang out with Ceylon. Probably she could make a full outfit out of these.
Or at least inspired by.
True, true.
These ones might be a little large.
Alright. Vatna, roll me 2d12. Alright. We got an 8. So you said you were pointing a microphone down into
Yeah,
the
it's
hole.
got like the microphone with like the satellite dish around it. Catch extra sound.
So you hear from down in that hole a subtle vibration that it sounds similar to humming, but it's incredibly quiet. And then upon like after you do that, like and you like take your headphones off to and hear what's actually directly around you, you can hear very, very subtle resonance coming from all of these crystals. Nobody else can even hear that right now, Vatna. It is so subtle. You know, like a TV that's on in another room. Like, and you can't, like, it's turned all the way down. You just hear the buzzing of it.
Mm-hmm.
That is what's happening. None of this is on.
Standby mode. We need to find a space bar.
I wonder what kind of drinks they have.
I wonder what kind of drinks they have.
I was
I'd
not
say to
thinking.
everyone.
Oh no, go ahead, go for it.
Say to everyone. Detecting a low harmony frequency. It's actually coming from all around us, but I think if we want to investigate any further, I just tilt my head. We need to go deeper.
We need to go deeper.
We need to go deeper?
Under the sauce. Under the crust.
Absolutely. Bamin, can you give me 2 d12s, one for you and one for Scour?
Of course. Ooh.
Ooh, we take that one.
Is that Scour's one?
It was Scour. Scour rolled that
Definitely
one.
Scour's one.
Let me move us a little bit closer. Like as we go. Scour. What does he do, Bamin, that irritates all of these bats.
That irritates all the bats.
Yeah, like does he like scream or something? They are incredible. I'll tell you a little bit about the bats because like you were still looking for them. Like they are hypersensitive to sound,
Yeah.
like bats would be. They are currently like as they are like nesting on top of these crystals, like they are vibrating with them. Like the closer we get, something that Scour did enraged all of them before we could like start studying them, and they are just gonna fly like crazy.
As well, we started down this path, and him not seeing these bats, he finished off whatever left of whiskey he had and threw the bottle into the cave, casually walking, and that's what disturbed these bats, was his bottle breaking among the crystals.
God, there's so
Okay.
many of them.
As you get like as soon as that as soon as that glass breaks, they start like just flying at you all, like as a horde. Like the situation of they're in your hair is very real right now. Like they are. I am going to roll an attack on each one of you. We are going. First die is Bamin. It goes Bamin, Cash, Lore, Melinoë, Vatna. Like, it goes in that order. Bamin the bat misses completely. Not even no chance. It's just perfectly fine. Cash, one of them swoops in low, close to your head, and begins its like echolocation at you. But something about it like is voided off almost immediately. Like you don't hear anything. Lore, as it approaches you, you have a tough choice. The screaming sounds eerily familiar. You can lean in and let it hit you and take the 3 AP damage from this, or you can dodge. You will get a little information if you lean in, but you will have all your AP if you don't.
I'm going to lean in.
It screams, and in a moment, in a flash, as long as it takes the information to hit your brain and then like fade away, you experience a nightmare unlike anything that you have experienced. Like you fully feel it. Like the jump scares, it's absolutely terrifying. Like when you come to, you are in just a cold sweat, like crashed on the ground, like hands and knees on the ground.
I get it. More like fins and knees, but yes.
Fins and knees on the ground. Absolutely. And like
Or hands and fins. I don't know if I have knees in this one.
So it is all consuming for a moment. You lose 3 AP, but you don't hold on to anything. Oh, wait, no, I gave you the tough choice. What part of you hold on to this nightmare to a degree? Like, wait, did I? I did that wrong. You took a full crit. You didn't take a tough choice. I thought I rolled a 5 for you.
No, you rolled a 12. I was
Yeah,
a little
okay.
confused, but I was going with what you were saying.
Sorry, yeah, sorry. That's 6 AP damage as it rips through Lore. Like it is driving you crazy. Like you see so many nightmarish images over and over again in your mind. Like it's incredibly hard to come to. I think just you're gonna be like laying there when we come to. Then Melinoë, it's just a bat screaming in your face. It's nothing. It's good. You've been screamed at by a bat before. But Vatna, much the same situation, although less intense, happens to Vatna. It is a nightmarish ordeal, and because neither one of them are tough choices, none of you come out of it with any memory of what happened in it, other than just absolute dread. It's 3 AP damage for you, Vatna.
Got it.
But
Just
Bamin,
a
Cash,
moment
and
of
Miller,
blackout, or
yeah, just you come to like laying on the ground. Like you do
That's-
not remember. Like if I was a meaner DM, I would say that like you wet yourself or something, but I don't like to make people lose control of their faculties. I don't enjoy that. You might have thrown up if you want to, though.
are we wearing
Just wanted to be a-
spacesuits?
I don't think so. We only have 4 of those, and like on the moon, it's fine. Like we can walk around. Scour is foaming at the mouth, laying on the ground. By the way, he is having a terrible time. Multiple bats got to him.
Figure a bat would pick him up and fly away with him.
Oh, here we go. Scour is just full of fear.
Yeah, I mean he should be. We're gonna have to work on getting him back. That's what he gets for throwing that bottle.
Laura
No,
might
they're
not
carrying him
remember
away.
the nightmares, but I would like it to be known that if they could be remembered and there was a montage, it would be flashes between pure abject horror and also the terror that is pastels and Teletubbies. Just flashing between that. If anything could be remembered, but you can't.
Oh no, all of her wardrobe is pastel and cute.
So I said it was canon.
So, Vatna and Lore are recovering. They're on the ground, but you will get over it. You will not remember what it was that was just fucking just screamed into your psyche. But you both are gonna be like clammy, cold. It's just existential dread is what you are just absolutely full of. But Bamin, Melinoë, and Cash, who escaped this without any, like, it's gotta feel so bizarre for you 3. Like, you see 3 of your partners go completely down, but you're fine.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna try to crack one of these crystals off from down here and throw it at the bat that's holding Scour.
Oh, I love that. Give me a D12. Alright, 9 is a success. Oh. You crack one of those crystals and it's like a beat drop happens. And like as you're holding it in your hand, like, and you just throw it immediately, all of the bats just scatter away and they just fly into the sky. But your 9 does hit the one holding Scour, and Scour just starts falling.
Okay.
I think he'll be fine.
Yeah, I'll let him fall. I'll let him fall.
Just like big old cloud of dust, just poof.
Yeah, he'll be fine. I'm
Not
not
even
diving to
dust.
catch him. I was releasing him from the bat.
He crashes
Through
into a
the-
bunch of coral.
Yeah, he'll be fine. He might have. Does he have any? I should probably check though. Let me check Scour to see if he's got any bite marks or anything. Did that bat do anything to Scour?
Cash, you
Check.
want to help Bamin with a health check? Like, you are a doctor.
Yes, that is very much what he will be doing. After how he managed to stave off the bat, reflexively just smiled at it, scared it away.
Is he dead? Looking over at Scour.
He'll live. He'll be fine.
No, he
Give me
won't. As I walk
me-
towards him.
Give me 2d12. real quick, Cash, as you look over Scour.
Fine's
gonna-
relative, mind you.
Yeah, I'm gonna be helping both Vatna and Lore back up.
Oh, absolutely. Oop, let me get rid of this bat. So, as you check over, as you check Scour over, he, in his claw, he is currently clutching one of those crystals, Cash.
Is he clutching it hard enough that I have to kind of fight him for it, or am I able to just take it from him?
I think you could probably just straight take it from him.
Okay. Then he'd slide it out of his hand as he's giving him a one-over.
What's happening?
Oh, sorry, I'm getting messaged multiple times at the same time, and it it throws me off immediately.
I didn't know if someone was, I didn't know if I was
No,
being
no.
asked.
So yeah, you can slide it right out of his hands, and he has a couple little scratches, but you look him over and there's no like marks for rabies or anything, or like no like bite marks or anything. Like he is like scratched up from the coral. Like apparently that coral is really, really sharp.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, Scour seems okay.
Well, okay is relative, but he'll live.
Can you just keep him in the bag he came from?
Yeah,
I mean, if the bag doesn't work, we have the coffin in the back of the hearse. That's also a pretty good place to sleep.
I can put
so
him
I've been
back in the
told.
bag. I can shove him back in there for now and while he heals up from his bad attack.
Scour just like upset about it. It's like as he gets into his bag, you see like 2 little bite marks that you missed on his neck.
Oh dear.
Oh. I'm sure it'd be fine.
I'm sure it's fine. In my medical
I'm sure
opinion, it
it's
should be
fine.
fine.
If I know anything about moon bats, it's that they're totally harmless.
Totally harmless.
They're totally harmless. As
Yeah.
Laura is now clutching her, she's pulled out the crystal bunny as like a comfort item, like a teddy bear.
I'd like to argue that I feel harmed. So
Cass just gives all 3 of them a side eye, like, mm-hmm. Okay.
can move everyone but me.
Everyone but Vatna. Anyone else need medical attention? Are we good?
Yeah, you guys want a once over, or are we good?
Did we?
I'm fine to move.
Yeah, we're good, right? I don't
Okay.
think
I'm not thinking about Scour.
he's fine. He's in my bag. I'll get him back home safely. Nothing, absolutely nothing will happen to him.
Nothing can go absolutely wrong.
All right, Cash. What are you doing with that crystal before we move on? I do need to know that one.
I think he's going to look at it just to, not that it really means anything to him outside of just admiring it, but we'll be keeping it in a pocket for now.
All right, just like a quick cursory once over, then into the pocket.
Pretty much like the inside pocket where he keeps his important things of his jacket.
So, absolutely. All right, what am I doing? Oh, I'm opening too many Discord things, turns out. Yeah, absolutely. So down we go. And we are heading into the hole, right? Like that is where we've decided to go?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Oh,
want
go
to
ahead.
say, like, no geologist or anything, but I do know a few probably. See what made the hole? What if there was, like, person, animal, or
Oh yeah,
time, or weather?
give me a 12-sider. 9 is success. It much like the rest of this place, it is man-made is the wrong word, deliberately made.
Okay.
These holes do seem to have a purpose. There is I know on the map there's not a stairs, but the further you get down the hole, eventually it goes from an incline to just straight up stairs. As you are getting down there, and it gets dark. The crystals start appearing less and less as we get down. You do
Crystals that held the information.
Yeah, the crystals that held the information are less and less down here. There's more in here. The coral situation.
We didn't look much at that on the surface, did we? Is there any loose coral around?
I don't think there's loose. I will give this to you for the 9. This side seems undisturbed. Like the way that the other side is covered with dust, this side has almost nothing. It feels so pristine. I keep mentally getting the image of I saw a thing about they found this old computer store that was closed one day just out of nowhere, and everything was completely left as it is, and the room didn't even get covered in dust because of like how clean the people kept it. So it's just kind of terrifying looking. That is what's happening here. Like you are seeing stuff begin to incredibly slowly move after 1,000 years of not moving, but also not gathering dust, just starting back up. The coral is slightly humming, I will give you that.
Comes to this hole, is it like the hole is it kind of like a cave in the side of a mountain, like I'm trying to describe it, or you kind of like go into it at an angle, or is it like a hole in the ground, like you have, and we're going down the stairs like along the edge down it?
That is how you are going down it at first, and then it eventually turns into the other kind.
Okay.
So the answer to that question is yes.
Yes. Got it.
I'll move us to this map again just so we can see it. Like, you guys were here, so you guys could have just technically, you don't have to go all the way over to here to start it. You can climb down and then just begin this long, just curly Q situation.
And it's all like at an angle, there's no like flat parts to it at all?
Oh, I don't think so. I think it's a constant down. Like you got it's not so far down that like if you were to put a ball on the top, it would just roll and probably roll off the edge. Or if you were steering it, you could keep it on there. But you guys can stop. It's not so steep that you have to like keep going. Like you won't slide if you stop and stand still.
Mildly silly question. Could we have driven the hearse down halfway and like kept most of the cave lit up with like the headlights until we got really far in?
Oh yeah,
if that's how it works out.
Yeah, you could try that. You could probably even try to take the down the stairs if you want to.
I would think it would be better with how this place seems to be to leave something that would make a lot of mess out. But it would be kept like right as it gets really super dark before we have to turn on like flashlights and torches and things like that.
Yeah, go for it. Give me So as you turn on, as you have the headlights going into the dark, you see the light of the headlights is bouncing off of the walls. Because that's how light works. I know. I didn't realize how silly that sounded until I said it. But beyond that, these walls are all coated with like crystalline dust, so it's incredibly sparkly down here. And ahead of you, you guys see this. All of these like sparkles on the wall are just like embedded bits of crystal into the walls, and they feel like they're drinking the light in. Like glow in the dark situation.
Like stick-on stars.
Yeah, like stick on stars, but like in the wall. This focus ping is just to try to get the map moved a little bit.
We got Steven Universe flying around here somewhere, I bet.
I wonder if they'd glow if are we far enough away from the hearse for the headlights to have kind of like died out some, or are they still giving off enough light?
I think what do you think is more interesting?
I think it'd be more interesting if the crystals were glowing if there's no extra light.
Yeah, for sure then. So they drank in as much light as they could, and now like as you go, it's almost like a starry night above you. So these crystals directly in front of you, the big ones, have not gotten any of the light yet. But the ones on the walls that could have the angle, they do.
I'm gonna
So
tap on one of the lightless crystals.
sure, which one?
I just like the shape of that one.
For sure. Give me a D12. Actually, don't. Yeah. I was gonna say don't even bother, but a 10 is a success anyway, so we'll like let that rock. As you tap on that particular one, you hear. It doesn't. It's like thud. Have you guys ever? I hate the fact I have to keep referencing TikToks at this point. There's a guy who tests, whether or not the cups and stuff are like good. If you hit it with a pen and it's good, it resonates really well. But if it has a crack and you hit it, it just goes thud. Like that's what that feels like. That particular one feels just thud.
Your TikTok is so different than mine.
What if I hum into it?
Yeah, it's just nothing. It's not giving you anything back.
What if I try to hit a different one with more force?
Yeah, for sure. Which one do you want to hit? And how much force?
I don't know. Maybe one with we grab maybe hit one with like an axe or something. Like maybe. I'm not gonna lie. I have no idea how to highlight what I want to do. How do I target something?
Just click on the screen.
Yeah.
Is that not working?
Nah. Double click on the screen. I can like. No, I don't know. It looks like I can move this rock.
You guys should be able to move them.
Oh, I can move the rock?
Yeah.
Is there another button I gotta hit to highlight there? It's the big tall blue one to the right. Yeah, it's that one, whatever that one
absolutely.
is. Yeah.
Go ahead and roll me a 12-sider.
Yeah, let's whip out a weapon and try to smash this one harder. We'll try a different one. Try a different approach. Oh man.
That one, as you swing the axe at it, it shatters into just 1,000 pieces and just covers the floor. as your axe goes through it, Ash, you see what might be 1,000 like short stories, maybe like 1,000 to like 10,000 short stories go flying through the air. And it's just like each one is kind like you can kind of read them. And it's just like it's Cash, can you give me a 12-sider if you want to try to read them? You do not have to. By no means am I telling you you have to read these.
I am quite curious to see what he'd be able to see. So, nothing.
So, it's like with a 3, another just crystal that you were trying to read lands at your feet. Cash, just like, but whatever words that you thought were there a moment ago, you do not see any longer.
Let's hope that wasn't important.
Let's hope that wasn't someone.
Just really hope that wasn't someone.
So we know
Because
that
I
we
would
can
like
destroy
to
them.
say we came here with the intent not to break everything.
I missed that memo. Noted.
Well, from now on, would you keep that in mind?
Yep. Put that axe away. Sorry about that.
Excellent. Anyway, let's
can I
put
pick up
this
the one
thing
at my
back
feet?
together, shall we?
Sorry, what was that, Cash?
Can I pick up the one that's at my feet?
Absolutely.
Does it read anything, or is it just completely blank now?
You see yourself reflected back in it as you're trying to read it. It's just roll me another 12-sider.
Sure.
Seven's tough choice, okay. Okay, so you can like get into it a little bit further. Like you can just go and just as you are staring at it, you can learn the information from this. But it is going. You know what? No, it doesn't hurt, but it will take significant time. You can sit down right here if you want to, though. It feels like this has so much information to give you.
Yeah, he's gonna find a place that is good enough to take a quick sit and sits down to see or figure it out.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys all see Cash go sit down.
I
Laura's
think this
gonna-
thing is in pieces.
Things are in pieces.
I can't move myself, but I mean, look at this thing, dragging it out of the roll. It looks like a satellite dish.
Satellite
Dish.
I bet that one that broke was the main support.
Broken main support.
Can I go ahead and start, like, I guess, picking up some of the larger pieces and kind of moving them to an area where they can, you see, it kind of clearing up the area, kind of to make it easier to work in?
Absolutely.
And there was something I wanted to try. I wanted to use Conjure. to just make a replica of the crystal that got shattered.
You can make a crystal that looks like it, but you cannot make that crystal.
Yeah, I figured like all the stories I couldn't replicate or anything.
But yeah,
But if my theory is correct, just like get the puzzle piece back.
okay. Let me put that piece. It was this, not that one. It was. But it was bigger. Wah. So, you're picking things up, Melinoë, right? Is that what you were saying?
Clearing things out, like kind of getting all the debris in one area.
Okay, all right. Can you click on the tokens? Let me you should be able to, right?
Well, my token, yeah, I can.
Oh.
Wait, hold on.
Like, can you move the crystals though? I mean,
Yeah.
do you want to pile them up?
I kind of want to organize them by shape. So like this one, like this little, oh, I can't pick it up. That little one over the, oh, never
Oh,
mind.
I forgot to make that movable. All right,
Yeah,
sorry,
you're
here we go.
fine.
There
Like
you
that
go.
one close to the satellite dish, and then moving.
Oh yeah, yeah, totally.
Moving.
Yeah,
Moving this big one. No, not that one. The big one over towards this cluster over here. Kind of putting them in similar shapes.
okay, and like we're just like clearing off the ground.
Yeah,
Right.
kind of clearing out the ground, like making a nice circle of crystals around.
Okay, all right, I got you. All right.
That felt better. It's like kind of like, oh, it's like,
I get it. Like get those
Yeah.
brain scratches gone.
yeah. So we're gonna pretend it's like in a circle, but there's like one in front of us. Like we can just make it like I guess a
Oh,
semicircle.
we got a big circle right here. Like,
Yeah.
It's a nice like flat thing. All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Vatna, like you've reproduced that crystal, like. How are we feeling?
I just thinking out loud here. Now, from my time spent in the Mystician's console on the ship, it's all about square peg, square hole. So we just have to find what fits.
Square peg, square hole, must find what fits.
But remember, not everything goes in the square hole.
Not everything goes in the square hole. Yes, that's accurate. Don't do that.
Yeah, so I want to. I'm moving them around. I want to start by trying to get this. I can't click on the tall blue one. I want to use that as the centerpiece.
Oh yeah, that's because I just put it back down. I didn't make it a token. Oh, give me a second. Yeah. Boop. There you go.
Heave ho. Something's gotta fit over that. Oh, I think I saw Kuari with one of these. I mean, Midnight with one of these. That on top. That's as far as I got.
As he's sitting there looking over the piece of crystal that he picked up. Do you get anything else from it at all?
This is. So as you are looking over it, it is. Your Beromancy powers are coming in very handy right here. It is a language that is, even by Beromancer standards, difficult to understand because it is all just. It's binary. So it's just all like zeros and ones. It's taking forever to read anything because every word is like 6 pages long.
God.
And
Then he'd be sitting there like writing it down in his journal as he's trying to figure out what it says. Wasting paper, but you know.
Oh, absolutely. Do you want to make a roll that will allow you to translate it for other people, that if somebody has your journal in enough time, they can translate this information themselves?
Yeah, let's see.
I would give you 2d12 for it.
Oh, neat.
So yeah, absolutely. You look at it and it's just like, okay, this is in-depthly, like in great detail, explaining a very surreal nightmare someone had. And it doesn't even tell the name of the person. It just keeps saying, I walked down a hallway, and with every step I felt the dread rising and rising. And every single step, I knew it. I knew the terror was behind the next door. And then I opened the door, and there I was, in my class, with nothing on. And I had to give this report. I looked at the crowd, and everyone at the same time was my aunt, judging me. And it is just that.
As he's writing this and comprehending it, he's just nodding, going, I understand. I get this kind of nightmare, but not the ant part. That's kind of complicated.
And like as you look up, you do kind of feel like you had a aha, got it moment. It will take anybody that is not a Beromancer days to read what you just wrote. That's how long this language is. Like, for them to translate it. They can read what you wrote, like in the common, just fine. But also, Cash, you look up and immediately this is wrong. Like, you know immediately this is wrong. Like, these crystals this is wrong.
He finally finishes, puts the rock in his coat, with the other rock that's in his coat pocket, because he's a nerd. You gotta collect rocks, right? And he just look at this and go, no, guys, something's very wrong here.
What? It's art.
It's art. No, it's wrong.
You can't be wrong with art.
You can't be wrong with art. Yeah, I'm not having this conversation. I almost got into it multiple conversations about this with Mustre. Not doing that tonight.
Fine, then you do it.
Fine, then you do it. Fine, I'll do it.
Can you move the pieces? Or does anybody want to make any rolls? Like, look around. Like, we know that like Cash says that this is wrong. It's just like, does anybody else want to make rolls or like look into things, try to figure out what else is going on?
Can I try to see what Cash is saying is wrong to see if I could see the vision they're trying to have? Like,
Same.
look at it from another angle?
Yeah, Vatna and Melinoë, both give me 12-siders, please.
My head, power beam comes down from the crystal in the ceiling, hits the floaty crystal into the satellite dish, and amplifies it into the triangle one on the ground. How's that wrong?
thing about how is that wrong? It's just wrong. It's not. Would he just be able to kind of start them out on the right pace, or is it just something that he can't fully verbalize?
What is the underlying thing that you know is wrong with this picture?
It's the wrong crystals being used as the quote unquote main piece base, I suppose.
Yeah, absolutely. Which piece should be? I'm sorry. These tokens are so big.
Yeah, I was trying to move it earlier, and it was being a bit of a pain. Oh, instead it just moves the whole map.
Which is switching. Wrong is wrong. Is Bureaumancers. I'm telling you.
Wrong is wrong. Bureaumancers. It's like don't. I could see it.
I think you should be able to move all the tokens now. I think I reset that correctly.
Oh yeah. So he would put his journal also back, and then would wander over to this one, and just point at it because there's no way that he could move it. Just be like this one.
This one, and then Laura will start trying to move it. I was thinking about this one too.
This one too. Yes, this one. This one is the one that is the quote unquote base.
9.
So
That
small.
get me.
It's small, but it's the base.
So, Vatna, as they are setting that down, and as you were saying that it is small, this something about it feels really right as you look deeper into the crystal. It's like, this is right. You don't know how you know that it's right.
And just as confident and belligerent as Cash was, I say, that's right. That's right.
That's right. Yes, that is right.
Yes, that is right, and you can see it if you look at it like this and see how it lines up. You know it's the right one.
Yeah, but all you knew was that it was wrong. That's right.
That's right. Yes.
There we go. Now I've got more on this screen. Right, but obviously you all can see that this does not fit on that. Looking straight up from where you are, and Vatna, your whole idea of it coming from the sky, hitting it, you can clearly see above you, out of this hole, you can see the night sky up there.
Yes, but this is the dark side.
I don't. Oh yeah, we'll keep it that way. Eventually, it will turn to face the echo if spinning it works.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
All right.
Or we could drive the hearse back up and shine the headlights down.
Shine the headlights down. I mean, I'm sure we could fit it down here.
And then get a pulley system.
A pulley system, or I mean, I think with enough of us here, we've got the strength to move these, especially with Bamin here helping.
Absolutely. Thus far, Bamin should be able to pick up the heaviest one. Oddly, this one is definitely the heaviest.
That one's the heaviest?
This one is the heaviest.
I'll grab it. I'll try to grab it.
It's like lifting an engine block, Bamin.
Okay. I mean, I've never had an engine block give me a problem, so.
Oh, well, there we go.
Alan, what did 9 roll get me when I was trying to see what Cash was saying?
Oh, when you were trying to see what Cash was seeing.
Yeah, like their vision of how the crystal should be and stuff.
Oh, they were 100% right. This is the base. This is the base of it. Like, they are right. You have a little problem with it. It needs to be a little bit more further over. It like right here is where it needs to be.
Yeah, I just adjust it a little bit. It's like okay, like yeah,
Perfect.
this is the base, but if it's right here.
Okay. That's the base, and this is the capture disk.
Laura, Melinoë, Vatna, Cash, you all feel great when that hits that spot precisely. Perfect. Just chef's kiss.
For all the brain scritches.
All the brain scratches. It feels so right, you know?
Yep. And then Laura's gonna be helping Bamin with the other one, and telling him to keep an eye on it, be careful because it is the heaviest one.
Much thanks. Thank you. Gratitude.
Yeah. Both of you roll me 2d12. Both of you.
Both of us.
Yeah, you killed it. Just absolutely.
Because we
guys-
got a 12.
Yeah, that's why we did a great job.
Yeah. Twitch chat.
Oh yeah, sorry everybody. My bad. I didn't clear off the first ones fast enough for you guys to see the second ones. And you guys get that like set in perfectly. It feels great. Just like, no, that's right. That's right.
Oh, it's all coming together now.
Oh, it's all coming together.
And I mean, Lurid, you've been the one playing with it a lot. Do you want to put that where it goes?
Yeah.
I want to let you put it where it goes.
Broken clock.
Has all the corner pieces and is trying it in every single spot.
I have to rotate it. Yeah.
Remember, it goes in the
Flip it
square hole.
over. Tried it that way.
Yes, goes in the square hole.
I couldn't click on the dish to save my life. It feels something about it, Vatna. There is something still missing.
It needs a storage bay. It needs a connection to a storage bay. Eyeballing the crystal full of storage. Maybe. Can we simulate like how the reflection works in the dish? Just like shine something at it from multiple angles, see like is there a clear determined spot where it all feeds?
Roll me a 12-sider.
Hmm.
What thought crime did I spring?
Vatna, I feel like without anybody like even interfering, you feel almost compelled to put your hands on this crystal in the center.
I think.
Go ahead.
Actually, I'm compelled to put my mouth on it.
Okay, absolutely. You can put your mouth on it, absolutely. But it deals 8 AP damage to you.
Yeah.
Ouch. In return, can I use my AP siphon on it?
You cannot, because you are unconscious as soon as that happens. Bamin.
Yeah.
You see all 4 of them like working very very fastidiously. What's the word I'm looking for? Stupid.
Like, diligently or
Fastidious. Diligently works like almost like they are working like ants. Like you've known this crew for a while. This is the most they've ever like worked as
Fastidious.
yeah. It's just like they're working really well together. It's amazing. Like where one stops, the other one picks up, and then you just see Vatna like put his mouth on it, and then a pulse of light shoots out of the dish and straight into the sky, and all 4 of them collapse. And then, like, Bamin, you're the only one just standing up, and all 4 of them are like just laying down. They're each breathing. It feels like they're unconscious, but they have collapsed.
Huh.
Go Team Lick.
No.
Team Lick indeed.
Listen.
Absolutely anti-Team Lick. This is why.
Listen, Vatna did the thing that archaeologists and geologists do in the field. Is this a rock or a bone? Then lick it.
I'm a doctor, not an archaeologist. That's why I don't lick things. God damn it.
Gotta lick it.
No.
Always gotta lick it.
No.
Lick it.
These ones are grape flavored.
Gotta pass the lick test.
This
And
one's
really
ass
wants to lick
flavored.
it.
I think we learned this one's electricity flavored.
So it's sour. Got it.
No.
Blue
What if we
raspberry sour.
all lick it at the same time? Are we not? We shouldn't be licking this, right? We're all done licking it.
It's completely up to you whether or not you want to lick it. All 4 of you start to come to at the exact same time. Like, Lore, you don't remember coming, like, Lore and Melinoë, you don't remember coming down here.
Fuck, how did we get here?
Ash, you don't remember anything after you picked up that piece of crystal that was on the ground.
What the hell? Quickly, like, pulls it out of his pocket, tosses it away, feels as though that is the reason why he is now on the ground.
And Vatna, you don't, like, the last thing you remember was staring into the base of this thing before you miraculously figured out how to put it all together. Except for you don't remember, like, now that you see it, you're like, oh.
So which parts do I remember?
Everything up until you went and looked at the base. You remember coming down here.
Okay. The base that's there, or the base I first thought?
No, this. The
Roger.
piece that's actually there. Right after
Yeah,
Cash told
see?
you
That's
were wrong.
right.
What's right?
This is right.
This? This is right. What's right? Why is it right?
It's right because it's right, and it works.
Sure.
It's still missing something though.
What is missing? What is this?
The storage crystal. Like the one in the stories.
You know, I'm gonna go have a sit down on that rock over there. It looks really comfortable.
Yeah, you were reading there earlier.
I was?
Yeah, and I point to your pocket. Yeah, you're reading your crystal.
I'm gonna go have a sit. I'm gonna have a sit. This is...
Have
This-
a sit. Maybe have
Go.
a snack. We brought snacks, right?
I would assume so.
We brought snacks. We always bring snacks.
Someone has a bad trip.
Scout
Everybody
is
but
just-
Bamin.
Scout has been like very quiet lately.
Felt bad for breaking the rock. I got us into this mess.
At least you didn't lick the rock.
I mean, I want to still.
God damn it.
I won't.
Can I first like go up to the base of this structure without touching it and kind of like seeing if, I guess with the experience from earlier when we first looked at the crystal, like kind of examining it to see if there's like any, I'm trying to say like a movement of some sort.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and give me a roll.
Let's see if this is actually successful.
Yeah, and as you look into it, this is a couple things. You guys have not spent a lot of time on this side of the moon, obviously, but it feels distinctly different than the crystals above. It is almost a completely, not even almost, it is a completely different material. It is not the way that the ones above are waiting to store information. This one is not trying to do that. It seems like it is trying to fling information out.
Okay. Is there like any I probably not from that same role. Is there any indication of where it might be trying to fling it out to?
Up.
Up?
Yep.
Kind of want. I'm saying this out loud. I kind of want to do something stupid, but I kind of know if I do it, I may get into serious problems.
I ask this genuinely as a good friend, Melinoë.
Hmm.
When has that stopped you before?
Okay with me phasing into this thing to see what happens.
No.
No. No. What will Crabbert think?
I'm already on Crabber's shit list.
After the last time. I swear he spends
Hey.
more time watching you than he does me.
He does? Huh. Well, first of all, last time that was unplanned and, granted there is a crack in the back of my head, but this could be planned out, kind of. But I don't know. Like, I kind of want to risk it, but I kind of don't. Just to see where this information is going.
Oh, you guys could just study this thing if you want to figure out where the information's like. So yeah. With your 10, looking at it, looking it over, the way that the moon is rotating right now, like it begins to rotate, it looks like it's designed to send information to the Echo. But this whole thing seems ancient.
The
Would?
hearse is nearby, right?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. While everyone's studying it, I want to sneak off and try and attach a siphon to the hearse so I can draw power from it into the base of the course.
The hearse, we can't do anything to the hearse without Cash giving the go-ahead. Like, the hearse is protected. Like, Cash has to know anything that you're doing to that thing.
Can I steal power from your car?
Please explain before you do.
Well, it's not powered up, so it needs power. There's an easily reachable source right over there.
Oh no, it's powered up. It did something a minute ago. Like, it is warm with use. Although Bamin's the only one that saw it do it. Like, the rest of you were out cold. Like, it did something.
Okay.
Never mind.
I'll just go, just add a character real quick. I would have let you do it.
I don't like to let anybody do anything with, like, your car or like Professor Winter's like vehicle or any of that stuff. I don't want anybody else to do anything without full consent from the other people. It's an extension of your character, I feel like.
I mean, with the way that this thing's been described, this thing's a damn tank, so anything that would ever happen to it, it'll be fine.
You say that.
Don't. Please. I like my car. Would there
if
be...
Lightback can last this long, I'm sure your hearse will be fine.
Would there be anything, like, readable, like, legible coming off of this thing at all?
No, this thing is, I'm trying to think of what... It's like a flare gun without anything left. This is literally just a shell. It took 8 of Vatna's AP and fired something into the sky. And then now it's just coming back as like a dead thing. Not, well, dead relatively, you know?
I mean, dead air? Something
Kinda
like that?
It's just silent. Everything else around you is softly resonating. Vatna can hear like everything else like humming. And if he points it out, it becomes clear that it is down here. And now that you are all down here and like aware, you can start hearing it yourselves.
Still, something's missing.
There is further to go. Like, this isn't the end of the thing. It does keep going.
Spent a lot of time here. I'm fine leaving it.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll learn more later.
We can always come back to it.
They're rocks. They're not going anywhere.
So,
As they're walking away, he does a double check to make sure it actually doesn't go anywhere.
Smart.
it doesn't go anywhere, but here we go. Oh, that's the wrong one. There it is.
Oh, goodness.
Gower gets out of the bag.
Scour.
Uh,
Oh
And,
my
like,
god.
He's just like hissing at you guys from the sky, just flying around your heads.
Laura's?
I should try to talk to him before we do anything else.
Can Laura hold out the crystal bunny to him? Her crystal bunny to him and see what happens? Does he vibe with it? And then the tunes.
Sacrifice the bunny.
Oh no, the bunny plays tunes.
Roll me a d12.
Does he
Bunny's
like
got
the
a-
tunes?
Bunny's got a playlist.
Yeah, 9 is good. Yes. Let me get the mouse off the screen. Scour comes flying down at it and just like wraps his arms around it, and like you see him like open his mouth wide, and all of his like teeth, none of them have changed, but he tries to bite into it, and he's just like sitting there like And then he like taps it. And then he opens his wings again.
Grab him before he takes off again, please.
He's still very small. I know his token's bigger, but that's just... He's still very small. He's still Scour size.
Gotta show off how cool he looks now.
I mean, if he's
Well,
close to us flying by, I'd like to try to grab him.
Oh, absolutely. Give me 2d12, because I think you're an experienced Scour Wrangler at this point.
Also, I mean, is he still trying to, like, hold on to the crystal bunny while Laura is
Absolutely.
holding it?
Yeah, he is. It is 100% that, like, a cat that's, like, wrapped fully around a toy. And every time you try to, like, get him off of it, he just kicks out.
He's just like bunny kicking it with his hind legs.
Aggressive kicks.
Pat, 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 pat.
At one point, Laura just, like, gives up, holds the crystal bunny with one hand, and just pats Scour's head with the other.
A Reap and Sow was played earlier, by the way.
For what?
Where was it played?
Yeah, we'll refund it. Don't worry about it. If I miss a card...
I think it was for if Salad did the thing, and it was needed.
Yeah.
Me to fully commit. Aw, damn. Okay. Yeah, maybe next time.
Yeah, it's... If I miss things... Like, normally we're a two-person job. So, like, Nika will give me a heads up when a card is played. But I am, admittedly, not watching chat that much. I'm trying to play a game. I'm trying to play this game. Like, So it's just... We're gonna have to... We'll refund that. Don't worry about it. I will try to keep my eye on it more often. Those ones are like the hardest ones for me to miss. Like when it's like a raise or a lower roll. When I because once I start talking, I don't really look. I should, but normally it's a two-person job.
Trying to keep an eye out for you, sir.
So, Bamin, you can grab Scour. What would you like to do with him?
I don't know. Is there... What's his current state? Is he still just wrapped around this thing?
Yeah, he's very much like rubbing his face on these crystals that are vibrating. They are also humming along with the rest of this place.
Yeah. I was gonna ask Cash maybe if he's got something that can heal, but is there a way? I mean, can he help us? Does he have anything that can help us get through this puzzle?
I don't think he'd have any idea of how to cure vampirism, let alone moon vampirism.
That's fair. That's fair.
Vampire hiss.
Just didn't know if he had any now innate crystal abilities.
I mean, the most I could do is help bind him and keep him in the bag. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, I could put a harness on him with a leash and just let him fly around a little bit. I could kind of walk him around like a pet. He'd be flying around next to me.
He seems pretty enamored with my little crystal bun here, so I don't think he'll go too far.
Like, I do
He
have a
doesn't-
grappling
just,
hook
like-
if we need to fashion that into something.
Lo just looks down.
If that's the direction we want to go, he as his new weird like resonance vampire form, he can like detect the most resonant thing in the area and go to it. Like you can use him to lead you to something.
Yeah.
Let's circle back to the harness idea and just let him have a deal with your bunny,
Yeah.
just in case. So
Let
we
him
don't
fly
need to
around.
lose anybody on the moon.
You want me to shove him back in my bag? What do you want me to do with him?
I
leaving?
think he should be fine.
All right. Yeah, I think so too.
He's not hurting the bunny, right, Laura?
No, he's not hurting the bunny.
Think
And Laura's
he's
still got a
fine.
good grip on it. He's too small. Like, considering the size difference of Lorge and Scour, Scour's not gonna get that thing out of her hand.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, he should be fine.
Right on.
At least in my medical opinion, anyway.
Till he bites one of us.
Yeah, then
We'll
you
figure
screwed.
we'll figure it out when that happens.
You can use
I'm
me
sure.
as a chew toy, if anything. If he starts biting, just put him on my arm. It'll be fine.
If he even tries to bite Lore, she's just gonna give Scour a full toothy grin.
Also a good way to deal with that.
Like, he also
Anyway,
smells of booze. He just kind of reeks. Doesn't smell
Yeah,
great.
he smells of booze and like an early '60s punk club, or like not '60s, like '70s punk club. He's very like Clash, very Sex Pistols right now.
He smells like 70s punk.
Yep, you know, filterless cigarettes and anger.
Sure.
But he starts sniffing the air. Vatna, can you give me a 12-sider?
I think I can do that for you.
Oh, absolutely. When he starts sniffing the air, you start.
Erase that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's fine. You feel it. Up ahead is something incredibly not making a noise, but echoing any noise back.
I think my antenna twitched just with every replay of sound. I'll try and make the chittering noise that the bats make. See if that reflects.
The bats don't make a chittering noise. They scream nightmares. They
The word
scream
nightmare.
supersonic
They
nightmares.
scream the
I
word
don't
nightmare.
feel like doing that.
They don't scream the word nightmare. They scream a super compressed entire story of a nightmare.
Mm.
So like once it hits you, you are transported into that nightmare temporarily.
Oh.
And you fully experience that nightmare. That is how they like, or it's just like nightmare and or other information depending on what is stored. But as of right now, these bats those bats all had nightmares in them.
I'll leave those bats on the table. Would like to go towards where that's coming.
Yeah, for sure. Who wouldn't?
Who would not, indeed?
does not have a dog in this race.
Oh, those headphones are sick. Those.
Oh, those are so neat.
That person up there is not moving at all. They are stock still. These 3 crystals, though, are every step that you make, every little sound that you make is being echoed in Vatna because of your 12. This first one here, like takes a noise and then echoes it. Then this one echoes it back, and then this one echoes it again, and then each sound makes it kind of light up a very little bit, you know? Like just like a spark. But
From the sounds we're just making.
yeah, from the sounds that you're making, from sounds that are happening. It almost feels like from your presence.
Someone just played a card.
Yeah, it was Lurid's raised the roll by 1.
Yeah. It was... Huh. DJ needs to reset their playlist.
I was gonna poke at her little crystal bunny and be like, how do I make this thing louder again?
Oh, you want to make the button? Okay, yeah, absolutely.
Just to see if that affects the crystals.
Give me 2d12. Okay.
What's this lady's name? Do we know?
We have not met this person yet. Nope.
So,
Like, so tough choice, Lore. Do you? What does your what kind of information would the bunny give you? I think you can either get a clue. No, I think the best thing to do is this thing just goes up to the first one and just like starts resonating with it, and the whole thing fills up. Like it begins glowing bright, like a pale light happens, and it is. I'm actually basically refunding your like tough choice and just giving you a success for it. And this one here is just glowing like crazy. Vatna and Cash, both of you two, oh, and Melinoë, it makes sense for Melinoë. It has far too much energy.
Okay.
Need to divert some of that.
Touch the crystal that is full of too much energy.
You want to touch it?
Like very lightly touch it.
I think my fucking it did. My Roll20 logged me out of the game that I'm playing and logged me into another one real fast. It logged me into yesterday's game. Give me a second as I like
20, politely get your shit together.
It's just they don't expect anybody to have this many Roll20s open, I don't think. Back in here? Okay. Alright, good. Weird. Cash, you said you were gonna go up to and touch it?
Yeah. He would hesitantly wander close to one of the other two, not really getting close to the person in the person in the middle to touch it to see what'll happen.
I had you all on the map layer on accident. That's my fault.
And I do want to walk up to the person at the wall to approach him.
They are stuck still, not moving. Is this person? But yeah, you can go up to it. Roll me. Go ahead. Sorry, go. No, yeah, you're fine. Go ahead and ask your question real quick, Vatna.
Is there anything there, or just them?
Just them. They, like you can see in the picture, they have large crystals as like where you have seen succulents on some of the other sentinels. They are standing perfectly between all three of them, all three of these crystals. They are humming, but not like out of their mouth, but their crystals themselves are humming with the resonance that you've been hearing this whole time. They are what you heard from above.
Gotcha. Poke their chest.
Sorry, what was that part?
I poke their chest.
You do not get a response. Cash, can you roll me 2d12s? Because you are studied in magic and also full of it. All right, all right. Eight is a success. Don't worry about like the 4. Let me figure out where I wrote that. So yeah, with your success, you can feel the fact that you have to somehow get the resonance from one to the other to the other. Do you have any way of doing that? Like how would cash facilitate a transfer of energy?
Oh goodness. Well, goodness. He does and is wearing that stole that Marcus made him. Which would be able to at least potentially transfer to some of it, but the other would potentially need to be passed along maybe through through another conduit or like a person.
Oh, for sure. Just so we know, I think these are probably like 20 feet apart from each other, so I don't
Okay.
think anybody can like hand to hand it real easy. I think you guys will all have to like.
I was gonna try to do that.
Yeah. You guys want to hold hands and try to like reach out and do it? I'm here for it.
Friendship chain, let's go.
Friendship chain. Wait, how long is Lore's arm span now?
You know, like for the life of me, I don't know measurements of people. I barely know how tall people are. So like, I would say that if you is this what we're trying to do? Like, is this the plan? Like, are we gonna hands across America this?
This is the only thing I can think of. If anybody else, he'd pitch it to the rest. To just anybody else got any other ideas if this doesn't work?
I mean, the only thing I was thinking of
These
is maybe,
crystal. Sorry, go ahead.
I was like the only thing I was thinking of like maybe try to take some energy inside. You know, I don't know how I would do that and then try to transfer it over, but I feel like daisy chaining it might be a good idea too.
We had the same problem as we
so-
were landing on that moon in the switchboard nodes. We had to divert so much power across all the boards in order to distribute.
I have two thoughts. One, technically, your arm span is generally about equal to your height. So Laura's arm span would be about 10 feet because she is 10 feet from the ground. But also, technically, she has tail on the ground, so she's longer than she is tall.
Lore got one covered.
Like,
Laura's just laying on the ground, stretched out between crystals.
Yeah, Laura and somebody else could make it one, and I guess on that argument, Bamin and somebody else could also make another one.
Bam, probably do it because since I'm 7 feet tall, like and also K2 I said the arms are actually very long, like that kind of body type. So Bamin and I could make one chain very easily.
Don't
One
I
of you
have-
grab one hand, one of Scour's hands, one of you grab the other.
Yeah, what about Scour? Doesn't Scour have some crystal power? So then can he help out?
Oh yeah, he'll
We have
definitely. Like,
equipment for this.
Can I rub Scour against one and throw him against the other? I'm up for whatever. We want to do daisy chain. Let's see what Scour's got. See if he's got any crystal powers and bat powers. He's got anything new?
Scour wants to really badly like just start consuming this crystal. By the way,
Yeah.
Yeah, get in line, Scour.
so okay, hold on. We got Scour, Melinoë, and Bamin, and we
See,
got
this
Lauren.
is just proof
Cash.
that we are well trained, scientific individuals who know what they are doing.
This is so much easier. We don't have to go back to the dam. We don't have to go back to the dreamsicle. We are well equipped right now.
I could have brought it here. Whatever, I'll be DJ. I'll stand in this. I'll stand in the center of the.
You could drive, if it means anything, you could drive the dreamsicle back.
Yeah.
It's fine.
All of you roll me 1d12.
Awesome. Let's go.
Here we go.
Clearly, Cash's idea was perfectly on the money. Lore was long enough.
Oh,
Bamin
yeah,
was
Cash
long
money.
enough.
What was mine? I don't even know what I rolled.
You rolled a 10. Melinoë.
Oof.
Fucking Vatna.
What the fuck?
What is going on? Is this whole place just not to Vatna's, like, tone
I don't
or
know.
something?
Do I get struck with a bolt of lightning this time?
It clearly does not vibe with reason and logic. It just wants us to do what
It wants us to
What
go.
feels right.
It just Vatna doesn't want to go with the vibes, and that's what everyone else is doing. We're just vibing.
it is scour and the vibes.
I was just fucking loving it. He just got his hands out. It's like, yeah.
Yeah,
I've
Scour
probably
does
been.
look much more
Usually
like
I'm
a
for the
loser
vibes, so
than-
I think ever since the bat encounter, I've been subconsciously against the vibes.
All of these, like, light up. And just for the record, this was one of those picture puzzles that we, like, I had it fully written out as less like, this one holds 8, and you got to push it in, you got to put AP into this one, and then a little AP into this one. But you guys were like, nah, so.
I mean, it's still taking AP, right? It's just, you
no,
know,
it took
collective.
AP out of the bunny. Like, the bunny had, like, the charge for it. So yeah, it all lights up, and Vatna, the humming is discordant to you. Like, you feel and suddenly gain all of the information that is in all of these crystals in a single moment, and then lose it in that exact same moment. It feels like you grabbed an electric fence with your brain. Like, all of this AP. So there was like 16 in the first one, and then it passed on to the next one, and it passed on to the next one. And then the rest of it, instead of flying out into the moon to get this side active, it first had to go through Vatna.
Oh.
And Vatna, you were the one, you can't remember anything from it except for 2 things. Firstly, the moon is incredibly important and will stop the echo from destroying itself. Will help, at least help.
That's a good thing.
That is a good thing. The second thing is there is something else at play here. There was another voice in that. As it goes through your brain, and if as a show we would show like a red bolt of lightning burst out of the back of Vatna's head as this energy goes through, not like a hole in your head, but like a spark.
That's the album cover.
That's the album cover for sure. And then Vatna, you're at 0 AP.
Swag.
And
Mitigate. I could fix that problem real quick when we get the moment.
then the creature in the middle begins like humming louder and louder, and this entire side becomes very musical, like to you all. Like it sounds like the way that this character is going to talk is like when you rub your finger on the glasses, you know?
Okay, doing the crystal glasses with water.
Yeah, the glass harmonica that we saw. Was it called a harmonica? Glass harpsichord? Is that what it was called?
The
Something
glass
along those
harmonica?
lines. Yeah.
And the first thing, they look down and they say, side active. And they look at all 5 of you. Well, all 6 of you, including Scour. What are you doing? How long was I out?
We were just making sure the energy was distributed equally between all the crystals. As for how long you've been out,
Yes, that's my job. Why would you have to do it?
You didn't seem to be doing it.
Preposterous.
it's the last thing you remember.
The last thing I remember was, like, watching my crystals. It's like, one moment. Why is the sibling not waking up?
Sibling?
The sibling. Hold on. Figment is awake. Why is the sibling not awake?
We would know about what's going on per reports, right?
Yeah, for sure. You guys would know anything that happened in any of the other game. Except for the Tombstone game, you don't know what part of that is real.
Fair. We're working to figure out why that's the case.
And you are?
He's gonna look at everybody. Lockstitch?
I am on a... Then they look at the bunny. Oh, hello. Then the bunny and this person begin to just hum at each other for a while. They like look up and look at Lore. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I don't know if we should be looking at this, everyone. Give them some privacy. They're humming at each other.
I'm just gonna hand over to Bamin. Here you go. Here's your buddy.
They're also humming. Cash is just gonna go over to Vatna and start preparation to just make an AP shot.
For sure. They turn and look at Lore. Like the bunny and this figure turn and look at Lore. And then they start talking again. It's just like, I have been told that you could be considered a friend. It's like, covered in skin though you are. They slowly reach out. They have long nails on their hands that are like crystalline stalagmites or stalactites, but shaped and like poke you, Lore.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
You-
most of us from the Echo are covered in a skin of some kind, but there's a variety.
You are from the Echo. I didn't really believe this one. They might be one of the liars. Looking at the rabbit. So, I have heard of your adventures. You come to the moon because apparently it's been off. Is this correct?
Yes.
And you intend to turn it back on?
We're certainly trying our best.
It's like, they nod. Like, sticks out their hand open. Oh, actually, no. I think they put their hand out very much like they expect you to kiss the back of it. Like, hand you their fingers. It's just like, I am trans.
It's okay, Lore would go along with it and kiss the back of Trance's hand. And then
So formal.
just, I'm Lore, and then introduce the rest of the crew. From Melinoë to Bamin and Scour to Cash, and then just be like, and that's Vatna, and point at the ground.
They look at Vatna on the ground. That one's having a hard time.
He'll be fine.
The vibes weren't quite right for them today.
The vibes do seem off. And they stick their head up.
I think Vatna's just muttering to himself, the system is down. The system is down.
This side has not quite awoken yet.
This is our first time on this side.
That explains it. And they brush Melinoë's arm with one of their fingers and rub the dust from the light side of the moon. It's like, you were hanging out with them? Me.
Momentarily.
Well, I thank you for starting it back up. There's still so much to do. They look at Lore, really close at Lore, and then you see their head whip back and forth between Melinoë, Vatna, and Cash. It's like, what did you do?
Pardon?
What did you four do? You did. And they walk up to Vatna while he's down. It's like, this is a cosmic moth given sentience.
Hi.
That is an incredible risk. You know these things eat reality, right?
You know what I am.
Shh. I'm less worried about what you are as to what you've just done. Did you pass a room full of crystals on your way here, other than these?
Yes.
Yes. Try and sit up at this point.
I fear... Have any of you experienced momentary memory loss?
Oh no.
I mean, depends on how you define momentary.
Would we remember that?
What was the question?
If you had any momentary memory... That's actually hilarious. It's like, other than that, she looks at Bamin and Scour. No, you two seem clean. It's like, oh, and this one's delightful. Look at him. Oh, ha, ha. Little moon weasel.
What can you tell me about cosmic moths? I know very little.
They are a creature that exists beyond. It's like they look up as though they're about to tell you everything. And it's just like, most of my information is missing.
Like temporary memory loss?
I don't have access to the rest of my storage.
We were in the process of reconnecting that. Maybe you can help with it.
I am sorry. I cannot do much in the way of help. I have to rebalance this. It's like this is going to take a lot of my attention. I appreciate you helping a great deal. According to the rabbit, you will be sending a party to the next side soon. Is this true?
Yes.
Yes.
They nod. The next side, they will be dealing with apparition. It's like, I will give you fair warning. Apparition is not as polite as I, or any of the others. Apparition could be dangerous to your friends.
That's good to know.
Make a point to pass on that warning.
like you see them sit cross-legged down the floor. Also, delusion, not delusion. Literally just had their name right here. Trance. Trance is about 9 feet tall.
Okay.
Not counting the crystals. Like, they begin sitting cross-legged. It's just like, can I keep your rabbit friend here for the moment?
Absolutely. Far be it from me to deny a new friend.
They begin petting the rabbit, and Vatna, the area becomes calmer. I think the whole time you were here, in the back of your head, there has been the feeling of dread. It might be why the vibes were off for you. And they are spending every bit of their power keeping that dread down. And then they shudder a little bit.
And it just kind of slumps down on this first step. Well, can you at least describe the layout of your storage capabilities? They seem to be needing to be moved to a certain location.
No, I'm fine where I am. All of the other crystals just need to be activated. If you activate the sentinels, I will be networked to them.
See, we didn't see any on the way over. But that's what the other missions.
And she's like, do get yourself checked for parasites, though. You had one. 4 of you did.
Kind of parasites.
The kind that use you for one thing or another. They're dangerous. They were dangerous 1,000 years ago.
After Transmes mentions this, I kind of internally speak to the spirit of the spirit of 6 in my head, going, "Hey, obviously I didn't notice. You noticed anything kind of waltz its way through while I was distracted?"
I did find it kind of weird that you got really into cleaning.
Hey, I keep it clean in here. What the hell are you talking about?
They look around, inside Melinoë's skull, just cobwebs.
Listen, there are structural integrity problems right now. They're helping.
Okay, because I know this is late for some of you players, and I know we're gonna wrap up real fast. Let's have some real quick lightning round this one, guys. Do we have any questions for Trance? Because Esme's got to go, and I know it's got to be late for Bamin.
Where's the road to beyond?
Knowledge is the key to going anywhere. It's just holding on to all the information that we can, going over the past, everyone's past. They stroke one of the crystals from sitting down. They've got Dalseem arms, extra joints all over the place. She's like, you were used by the parasites. To what goal? I do not know. They do not. And they use a word that does not resonate, but it is close enough that you understand them. With me.
Well.
But you did suffer memory loss. And she grabs Laura again. Oh, Trance grabs, Trance is she, her. Trance grabs Laura again, just is staring they do not have eyes, but you can feel their eyes like peering through your head. It's just like, do you have a good doctor?
Present.
We have Cash and we have others. Sometimes.
She, her. I like whenever I say they, it's just yeah, she, her works just fine for trans. She's just like, excellent. Here's what you'll need to do. And she hands you a little crystal. And it's like basically a prescription. It's like, do you take it, Cash, or
He'd hesitantly take it, since the last time he touched a crystal, something bad happened. Or at least he thinks something bad happened. He can't remember.
it's like, caution. Smart for a doctor. As you touch it, your Beeromancer powers work. And it just reads like a prescription. Like doctor's orders. Fill up their AP and keep it full. Do not let them spend any AP coming up. It's like, keep them full and keep them away from reflections. All reflections.
Interesting. I'll do what I can with this with this prescription.
And they look at you again and it's like, you most of all. Keep yourself away from any mirrors. Any reflective surfaces, cover them.
I'll make a note of that.
Once a parasite has gotten you, you are more susceptible in the future. Like, looks over at Bamin and Scour. You two are doing great.
Yeah.
It's like, and keep that one in. Pointing at Vatna, it's just like, I trust you are civilized enough to overcome your baser instincts.
It's a struggle every day, but yeah.
Just like, is the gala happening? I think that question is where we're gonna end this game. Like,
Yeah, like a good cliffhanger. Cool.
so thank you so much, Esme. I'm sorry I kept you late. Thank you so much, Matt. I'm sorry I kept you a little later than I normally do for these games. You guys did great. You killed it. Oh.
Good night, critters.
It's fine. It was fantastic. My eyeballs
Broke
are
some
just getting
shit,
slightly
fixed some
crunchy.
shit.
We did get the gala dress code from Tomb Squad. It is like a very fancy toga party situation with succulent laurels. Like, Nika wrote it down.
Hey man, Scour's got a second form now. That's all.
Yes, Scour's got like moonbat form. Scour's got moonbat form.
And we learned that the Crystal Bunny is like catnip for him if he ever gets out of control.
Pat, 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 pat.
And I got a headache.
Vatna got a headache and like was shown every nightmare ever at once.
Yeah.
Very important question, Vatna.
Again.
Do you
Well,
want
at
to
least half
piggyback
of
ride
it.
back
We
to the
got other
hearse?
half.
Melinoë once did not do something stupid.
Please don't. I'm a doctor, not a fucking miracle worker.
Trevor just like somehow taps out from behind a crystal, stares at Melinoë, does the little like point thing to his eye stalks, to Melinoë, to his eye stalks, skitters back up behind a crystal and disappears.
But does Vatna want a piggyback ride? Cash is offering.
Fine.
So with
Shotgun.
that, real quick, I will do a recap for us. Hold on, can I change the screen? There it is. Check it out. I'm gonna be like a streamer. I did it.
Hell yeah.
So proud of you.
Great
I'm a
job.
pro. The music just suddenly starts playing. So, we first time on the dark side of the moon. It is very cool, but different than it was on the light side. The dark side is very crystal based. We've got it posted in the Discord and also probably on our wiki at this point. We have met Trance. Trance's job is to keep the moon balanced. That is what Trance does. Like, they take in all the information that comes from the echo, they balance it out, and send it back. That is Trance's job. Return them back on by charging their crystals near them. That's probably gonna be like a going forward mechanic for the dark side of the moon. Dark side of the moon is a little Castlevania-y. The moon had parasites. Does the moon have parasites anymore? Scour got bit by a bat and turned into like a moon vampire, which is just the bats scream information at you as in a defense. When they scream information, that information is nothing but concentrated nightmares. Of course they got beamed to the echo. That's what they
Of course
were
I
doing.
beamed him to the echo.
Of course. Well, the part of this game that nobody else saw except for the players was like once they looked into a reflection, they got like possessed, and then I sent them information. I told them what they were supposed to do. Was it unclear? My bad. If it felt unclear, sorry.
That's what I was trying to do with the hearse. And the
Oh
power
yeah,
source.
when your mouth worked as the power source. Like you touching it was enough.
Yeah, I got that later on. Awesome.
Yeah, I felt like I was like, oh no. Everybody else responded very quickly. Vatna did not. And Bamin did not even bother. Bamin never looked in her crystal, he just broke them.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Well,
I don't know.
crocodile brain.
For talking about it, I tried.
It's the fact that it's very funny to me that Laura, Melinoë, and Cash all did it like really well because they got the message really fast. And like I know that you guys were like worried about it, but you fucking killed it. They had to repeat whatever the last person said to them back to them. So if you go back and watch this episode, every time somebody's repeating something, it's just that.
So it was one of those where when they forgot things, I'm like, I'm gonna just politely drop this. I can't keep this up.
Yeah, as soon
So
as
good,
you
though.
guys all forgot it, like you guys did great.
I
You
have
can
to go
tell
back and
when
watch
they
that.
you can tell when they got possessed based on when they started repeating. You all fucking killed it. Great job. We have another game tomorrow at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Then we got another game on Sunday, then Monday, and then Tuesday. Wait, yeah, today's Friday. You guys killed it. I absolutely loved it. I love the mechanic, and I just really wanted to try it to see if we could. And it was great. So thank you all so much. I don't know how to run these end credits, but I'm going to stare at it for a second. Here we go.
Professional streamer.
Doom Squad.
Yeah, it just starts playing.
Oops, squad.
Wait, hold on. I think this works. Nope. I clicked too many things. No.
Like, Cash was the best one at doing the repeating thing. Just getting frustrated while repeating it, but yeah, you did it the best.
It was great.
Yeah.
It's one of those where I just, goddamn, I can't keep this up. I'll
All right,
keep up the bit as long as I can.
I don't know how to do this. Is that working?
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
But is it playing music? Yeah, you can hear me, I assume. I don't know how to do the mute thing.
It's
All right. Look at me go.
Night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Night.
How do I stop things when it's over? I imagine she does. Is it this? No, it's not.